This is a picture taken on film by my son in London, and it's just begging for some Photoshop balancing. I love how Londoners here are using the Thames, look at low tide, as a beach. And they're having fun just over here, building sandcastles and sunbathing, and it's just a lovely, lovely scene. And we just need to do a little bit of balancing out. We're over by the OXO building. Back here we can see the walkie-talkie and the cheese grater, St Paul's. So we know where we are. What we need to do is balance this out. So let's have a look what we've got. We've got a very bright highlight area in the top left. We've got shadow area on the right and down on the bottom left. And we've got midtones in the river and across this beach here. So let's start by separating those. Let's take the highlights first. So I'm going to take my lasso tool and I'm going to cut out around those highlights and see if we can start taking the sky down. As ever, we go modify and feather on 120, and let's take our levels down. Let's see where we can go with this. What detail have we got there? And already by just taking this slider down here, look, we're bringing some deep tones into it. That's much nicer. And that's going to balance out with what we've got this side. And don't forget, we're going to do a bit of painting with those tones later. So let's take this area here that we know is dark. Okay, and maybe a little bit of that there, a little bit of that, a little bit of this, and a little bit of that. Here we go. Let's select, modify feather, and let's see if we can't take that area back up. Bring those blacks back in. And already we can start to see a picture emerging, can't we? Isn't that nice how we've got the contrast from all these pebbles left at low tide? So pretty soon we can start painting. I'm going to look at this dark area here. Okay, I'm going to go select, modify, feather. I'm just going to feather about 80 for this. Go back to our levels and see if we can bring some action back in. Yeah, that's more like it. We spot some action back in over here, look. That's better. Okay, so we can see there's a few dirty areas here where the light's gone a little bit dirty, and we'll start working on those. So we'll take the dodge tool. We're on highlights only, we're on 9%. Let's get a nice big brush so we can start, can you see, working on those areas there. I don't think this is going to need too much work doing to it because it's just such a lovely image already. Can you see I'm just lifting that sand a little bit there? Sand? Is it sand or is it mud? I'm not sure. My absolute idol in photography is the great Bill Brandt, and his books inspired me as a young photographer at college. And I'm seeing this woman down here looking down, and there's something very, very Brandt like about the high contrast image of her looking off camera. If you haven't seen any Bill Brandt work, I'd encourage you to go on the internet, take a look. There's some links in the description to some books in my Amazon store that if you want to have a look at something really nice, and you don't have to get them from there, you could get them from absolutely anywhere, of course. But Bill Brandt, absolute master of photography. So I'm going to take the burn tool now, and let's do a similar thing, and and start burning some edges in where we want to just create some shadows. And just along there, look, around those edges, and certainly in these skies over here. Just the blacks we're bringing in now, look. And I like what it's doing to that background. We'll work on that again in a minute, but can you see in this water here, it's given us some really nice effects. And I like the fact that we're losing some of the detail on these people down here. Lovely. Do you know, it's not far off. Let's just get this clone stamp, and I must get rid of that little bit of dust in the background. Let's just make it a nice little tiny one there. Get rid of that bit of dust. And look, gourmet pizza here. Gourmet pizza, I'm sure you make absolutely extraordinarily tasty pizza. But for my picture here, or my son's picture here, you're just spoiling the atmosphere. So that's neon sign's got to go. I'm going to leave the OXO on though, because it's right in the middle of the picture, and it's really quite nice. There's a bit of litter here. Look, it probably isn't litter, it's probably just something blown there maybe. Or I'm going to take these few spots out here. Don't want it to make it look like the place is dirty. Look at that. I've got that towel down there in the middle as well. Look, it's just fantastic, isn't it? And that little stick there. You look, somebody's left a towel here in the middle. Okay, now this Bill Brandt kind of look down here. I'm just going to take a smaller brush. And I'm just going to delicately just bring a little bit of a tone in there. Not too much. Don't want to be wrecking that. I'm going to bring that little bit of foam on that little wave there back into the shot. And this is where we're going to get a little tiny brush, and we're just going to paint a few of these details in on the building at the back. Look, can you see that? Just at the back on the left hand side, just get a bit of light coming just onto there. And St. Paul's, let's throw a little light on St. Paul's over the bridge. Walkie talkie, there we go. All these buildings are looking pretty fine. Let's just put a little highlight on that wall there. And then let's go to pop a bit of a sharpener on it. I like that. That's nice. I'm just going to now, I like the way it's giving me a little bit of extra kick to that. I'm just going to take this bottom right hand corner. Can you see how we've got that dark shadow there? And I'm just going to modify feather 120. Bring our levels back up. I'm just going to take that down. Just a tiny bit. Just want it to marry up with this side. And I think we can go just a little bit lighter in that middle. Just over there. Middle of the picture, and you can see the lines, look, where the tide has dragged the pebbles. I like that. And that's just light and dark. We haven't added anything. We haven't taken anything away, really. We're just literally moving the tones, just like you would in a dark room with dodging and burning techniques. There. I'm happy with that. I think that's a really nice picture. Hope you've enjoyed that. See you next time.